And some things you're better off not being able to do. The entire town smelled like a rotting open drain was wild, even for being a slum. The people end up there were largely those who couldn't be accommodated in the prison, those who'd been driven out of the cities, or children who'd been abandoned there like yesterday's garbage, as whenever I had to survive in order to live to see another day. Picking pockets every opportunity was a habit I picked up from a very young age, and if it caught my eye, I took. Even then, I'd end up being enough to live on. Always men who made their living by taking people like me. The shortest way to make money was stealing from the safest of the rich, right out of the mansions. Residential area full of wealthy people on the other side of the river, accessible through an underground sewer, was a perfect target for it. Every time I felt hungry, I sneaked inside one of the mansions and made use of skills I felt like I'd known since the day I was born. The most important thing to remember when doing this was not to take everything in one go. Instead, the key was to take only a small amount each time, enough to get by, but enough for the mansion owner to notice anything was gone. With a simple piece of wire, I had enough mirror to live on for another couple of weeks. Before I knew it, I was doing it every day, building up a stockpile of money so I was simply taking what I needed. And boy, I paid the price for it. I had already taken all from me, but the men of the slums ended up being kicked and stomped on until I coughed up blood. Everyone did what I did, or said they did as much, so I could keep living on. Always pretending to be desperate as an excuse to live by any means, but always taking the easiest road I could find. The town I lived in was devoid of energy, but full of filthy humans like them and me. Again and again I thought about giving it up. Again and again I said to myself I wanted to stop, but I couldn't do it. I hated myself for what I was doing. I hated the fact I couldn't stop. All because I didn't want to return to that life, I ended up becoming a bracer. Because if I didn't, I was scared I would end up right back where I was. The truth would save me from that place and made me into a respectable human being. When I lost them, I was afraid. I thought I stood out above the rest. No matter how much I tried to forget, no matter how much I used to become my new life, no matter how much I tried to deny it. I was yesterday's garbage from my slums. Nothing I'd do would change that. And that's it really. One day I'm sure I'll end up returning there. That's why I need to be strong to stay strong. What job I do doesn't even matter. Anything I can pour my heart into will let me live an honest life. Anything keeps my mind off the past. Anything lets me keep the ugliness in my heart at bay. If it makes me strong without relying on others, then it's fine, it's fine. I need to be strong, stronger than anyone. But am I? Am I really doing this all my life? Am I getting stronger? Am I, Lucy? Mr. Hazard? Are you right? You were looking very gloomy all of a sudden. Oh, it's nothing, I'm fine. As soon as I finish this job, Kurt will give me the last recommendation I need. I can finally become a real bracer. And no one will be able to tell me I'm not strong. I won't let them. I will be strong. Anyway, we're leaving. Wait a sec. Mr. Hazard? As soon as I finish this job. Oh, chest. With a tear arm in it. Wasn't that bad, you could have asked. Okay. Guess it's locked. I know it is, just shut up. Break my concentration. I'm finally back on the surface. Seeming you too, that took longer than I thought it would. You should hurry. Are you right, Ray? What? You're kind of pale. Are you feeling tired? I'm fine. Enough training to handle this level of physical activity. Don't underestimate the stamina of a bracer. How is she still flying? She's never seen out of breath even when we were being chased. Like those a few times she was even ahead of me. Huh? What is up with this girl? It's like you think I've given to her. I'm absolutely sure you don't need to rest. I do have a few stacks on me. Would you like me to share some? You might run into a lot of trouble on the way, but request was shown by Capital. Done that. Come on, get a move on. Don't feel like it'd be a good idea to rest a little. Certainly you're right. How many times do I need to repeat myself before you get the message? Tell it all. Hide. I was up all night working on that damn story, all night. Who the hell does Noticia think she is? Better a scoop, the harder it needs to be caught. Do you think I don't know that? What do you think he's talking about? Get no more idea than you do. Maybe he was using some code of those men earlier. He couldn't be one of them, could he? Do you think he could be? Damn it all. Just look at his eyes though, he doesn't look like a man who makes an honest living to me. Come this far? No way I'm letting you get caught now. You need to proceed carefully. And quickly, the house over there is empty. This way, follow me. Head sake. We've done it already. You should patrol the area above the stairs. I'll take the area at the top. I guess I have to call him Raymond again. Well, he works with Willie now, doesn't he? So look, that's ages away. Come on, why is there so many of them going around? How can we get to a guild like this? I think we're going to have to spend the rest of the night here, unfortunately. Won't come to that. If we can find a good opening, if we can force our way through. It's a case of finding one. I think that's a good idea. We need to be careful and rest while we can. As logic sounds, it might buying a real reason. Get a grip, shower. Can't let my emotions get the better of me. There's no guarantee we're safe even here, you know. I still think it's the safest option to get to a guild, no matter how long we have to do to get there. Where do you think you're going? The second floor is a better place to rest on first. Find it easy to escape from here when we would from below. It's a good spot. This is your safety spot we're talking about. Those men will be patrolling carefully the rest of the night. They aren't going to give you the opening we want, at least I don't believe they will. Made it this far, I think it'd be best for us the rest of the night. Resume tomorrow, don't you? Try to do what? Pardon? You're still hiding something, aren't you? For one thing, you're awfully familiar with the city for someone who claims it's the first time here. You also seem to know a lot of those men, and what they will or won't do. Just what exactly are you after? It's plain as day at this point. You want... What you want more is not to be caught by them. If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have been asked to show around the capital. What's your real goal? Well, no answer? Work we do is based on trust. We can't accept requests from people who won't tell us what we're up to. Or who knows what kind of crimes they'll be abetting. Go on. Whole thing about the inheritance was a big fat lie, wasn't it? Something about you've been set off alarm since we started running up together. Why'd you lie to me? Sorry about the inheritance is true, I swear it. When I go to Grancel Castle. I really am the one to whom my grandfather gave his fortune. But I haven't finished the necessary procedures to truly inherit it yet. Until I complete the required paperwork in Grancel Castle's administrative room, I'm not legally allowed to anything. That's why there are so many of those men in black around my area. My relatives know exactly what I need to do, you see. So I'm trying to make sure I can't do it. Still, if I don't keep trying to move forward, I'll... Okay, for argument's sake, let's assume that I believe what you said. Why am I only hearing about it now? That is... You thought I wanted to know about money, didn't you? And if I did know anything, I have all the opportunities that greedy girl could dream of to take it and to go with it. That's what you thought to do, isn't it? I play along and steal it for myself. Do I look like that much of a scumbag? No, you don't. That's not it at all. Until I lost my grandfather, I lived on my own. The second his will became public, I had crowds of people descending on me. They all started living in mine in my grandfather's house, and before I knew it, my aunt's peaceful life was shattered. And one day someone would push me downstairs, I'd taste something funny in my food. These kind of things were going to happen on a regular basis. Legally, I had my relatives while I was a minor, so there's very little I could do. I tried reasoning at first, but in the end I had no choice but to leave home myself. One of the highways going from place to place, trying not to be discovered. But I knew that while I could hopefully avoid being caught that way, I'd eventually just be declared as missing and presumed dead. Besides, after I'd left once, even if I did go back home, I knew I'd probably be locked up somewhere. Grandfather's will would be declared invalid at time. My relatives would briskly share the newly bequeathed wealth between them. I never thought of that happening, so I decided to return here to a capital. If it's the last thing I do, I will formally inherit what he wants me to do. That was why I decided to get an escort from somewhere I could trust. Just not that I don't think I could trust you, and I would admit I want to explore the capital was a lie. I'm sorry for deceiving you. You're a grade A moron. You could have said all this from the beginning, saved a lot of headache. If I know what you're trying to do, I would be able to formally escort you where you wanted to go. The guild would have been the safest place for you to hide out, too. Would have ended up with dumb instead. I suppose you're right. I was just scared. I'd never be able to forget what I saw that day. What I saw in my eyes of everyone who gathered to hear what we read. The horror I felt when I saw it. Madness, insanity, cold, murderous light. Emotions that no one can explain, but no one can put into words. Was invisible for long before I managed to push back below the surface. It's still there, because now I believe it's something that all of us possess naturally. Human beings are capable of limitless cruelty. But realisation has left me terrified is all. It's not that I don't trust bracelets, it's just that I've been so scared I don't trust anyone. I shouldn't have wasted your time. I should never have got you caught up in it. Just forget it. Listen. My policy is to give 100% to all work. Don't underestimate me. I'm one who should be apologising to you. I want to be strong and live with my head held high. It's really always right to feel that way. Yes, I've lived my hardest until now, but you made me notice there's something wrong in my attitude. It's made me realise I knew and I want to be able to keep living with pride.
Cry for me, 君の声が聞こえ